Good morning, Wall Street winners. It is Tuesday, May the 28th, and we are returning from a U.S. Holiday long weekend, Memorial Day, and it looks as though, based on the futures markets showing up here in the Bloomberg app, that we are, for the most part, in the green. The Dow is in the red currently. We have an hour and a half, 90 minutes until the markets open and the trading day begins. But the NASDAQ is in the green, pushed up, I think, for the most part by NVIDIA, which is just soaring this morning again. But if we look at what's going on here in the Yahoo Finance app, you'll see where we left off on the Friday. One of the things that is up significantly this morning is crude oil. Crude oil's up over $1, and I think that could be due to heightened concern in the Middle East with Israel launching an attack on a Palestinian camp. And I believe killing an Egyptian soldier or someone part of the Egyptian military. So that might be spiking that and causing some concerns over crude in the future. We can see the NASDAQ is up here. The VIX, the 30-day volatility outlook, down at 12.51%, so near kind of record low levels in the last year or so. If we scroll down into our list of stocks that we're going to track today, not really looking for too much today on health and retail, although we do have a stock making earnings announcements this week, one that I don't have in the list, but certainly have bought in and followed in the past, and that's Costco. So Costco is due to report this week. It'll be interesting to see the outcome of those earnings and those results to give us a bit of a gauge again on consumer spending. I believe Abercrombie and Fitch is coming out as well, a clothing retailer. So that'll provide some interesting insight there. As we scroll down to oil, most of our oil here is going to likely be in the green today, with crude up as much as it is right now. It's highly likely that we're going to see a bit of a pop in oil stocks. So this could be a play for you today if you get in near the open and these continue to rise. I'd really just watch again in the first 15 to 30 minutes of trading what these do. Things tend to pop or decline in that period, and then there can be a buying opportunity. So time your entry and your exit, obviously, but look for the trends for the day. And if you do see a trend continuing upward, ride that wave upwards and then take your profits. We see tech this week. Tech, for the most part, in the green. The NASDAQ's in the green. We do have some results this week from Salesforce. So there is some concern based on Workday's recent earnings announcement and it missing the mark that Salesforce could be in the same boat. Salesforce has been having some challenges, but very solid company. It's been kind of hovering in that 270, 280 range for quite some time. If we look into that and look at the 6-month, you can see that really from some point in April here, around the middle of April, the 15th, through till now, the end of May, it's kind of been hovering in this range down in the mid 270s, low 270s. It did pop up into the high 280s, but then it's come down. I think there is definitely a possibility for some good earnings coming out of this company and a bit of an upside earnings surprise here. We also, as we scroll down, we'll see that there's some significant movement in NVIDIA. So as we get down to NVIDIA here, we can see it's up $30, $32 pre-market. So again, a stock that did extremely well, exceeded revenue and earnings estimates, as well as presented a very positive future forecast. This is, again, a company that may just pop at open and then may come down and could recover. So we don't have any idea what's going to happen, but it's all about watching the trends of these stocks during the day to get a feeling for what's happening and then finding an entry point and watching that to mitigate your risk, but then following it upwards so that you can exit and take a 1 or 2 or even 0.5% gain on that investment in a single day, and then go back to cash so that you're ready for the trading day tomorrow or another opportunity today. We'll see that Google is off pre-market. Not to say that it's going to open off, but if it does and it gets down into the 175 range, I think you've got a solid buy here. This is a stock with a huge amount of potential going forward, and anytime you can get in on this and just hold it, presents a great opportunity for a long-term hold going forward. We also have Microsoft. Microsoft at 430, probably a strong buy if you're looking to hold this for a long extended period of time. But for a daily trade, you probably want to see a dip down into somewhere into the teens, the 410 to 420 range, for you to make a significant percentage gain on that. ARM's another one with a ton of volatility. So here is a stock that was up $2 on Friday. It's set to be up almost $1.93 at open. It is a little rich in the mid one-teen range there, but if it does drop into the under 110 or even below that, I think you're in a good spot to see a recovery there. AMD's been making a comeback lately as well, so it'll be interesting to see if this kind of catches an uptick with some of the movement in the semiconductor space, and it gets back into the 270 on its way up to the 280 range, which is where it's actually been even higher than that, up in the 200s earlier this year. So we'll see if that catches a bit of a bid and makes its way back upwards. If we scroll down a little bit further into banking, we can see that most of this is in the green as well. So we have, well, some of it now in the red, but it was in the green earlier. So Morgan Stanley, 98. I think you've definitely got a $100, $110 stock in Morgan Stanley. So could be an interesting entry point if it is in the 98 range, although it's looking like it's set to open a little higher. JP Morgan hit 200 on Friday. If we see a bit of a drop and a pullback to 198, 196, I think you've got a good entry point there. And then SoFi down in the 692 range. I'm not sure you can really go wrong there. If you're open to holding that for, say, 30 days, I think you're going to see this stock 30 to, we'll call it 45 days, when they announce again in July. I think you're going to see this stock up in the high $7 range. So that's where we are today. Good luck with your trades. If you're liking these videos, please hit the subscribe button and leave me a like and a comment. We'll